Hello everyone, and today we got some goodies. So I got some rear hubs for the Galm, obviously. It's Galm video. Um, just one of these because they look pretty. I know I said really wasn't gonna buy Galm aluminum, and here we are, right? Whatever. And I got the Type 3 steering rack. And now I'm gonna try to fit this on a stock front bulkhead. So that will be interesting to see. And I also got some stuff from Exalt. Shout out Exalt. Some motor shims. So we're going to shim up the motor real quick because there is a little play back and forth. And then some hybrid ceramic bearings that I'm going to throw in on the wheels, and the gearbox, and the front wheels. So that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, so I'm going to get started with meat and potatoes probably. So what most people are probably here to see. And then I'll kind of do some of this stuff. So yeah, let's get started with this. It is a nice Wednesday night here at Casa Drift. And speaking of Casa Drift, they are sponsoring today's video. And yeah, so here we are. Big restock on Rev D stuff, Yokomo stuff. And as I always mention in a lot of these videos, you can hit him up on Facebook and he'll ship it out to you, which is pretty cool. He has more stuff that's not shown here, like some AccuVan stuff and some other stuff and yada yada. He'll ship out chassis to you too as well. Bingo Wasp stuff, if you want bingo stuff, he can ship it out to you. It's got a bunch of stuff. Shibata, Rev D. I can never say this brand right, so that brand. Yeah, he's got bodies as well, pre-painted ones as well. But you know, I like doing my own stuff, so got a bunch of stuff here. Pretty cool. But yeah, if you guys are interested in anything, like I said, hit him up on Facebook, and he'll ship it out to you. So real quick, I did go ahead and put one of these shims in, so now there's no more play in the motor back and forth. Something super simple. You just put it on the end of the rotor shaft. But yeah, so now let's go ahead and crack this open. So cracking that open, we got looks like an instruction sheet, ton of ball studs or not studs. Well, there's some two in here, but ball cups. I mean, so got a ton of them. I don't know what these are all for yet. Looks like a curved one in there too, and there's a lot in there. Some bearings and some spacers and screws, and then obviously the meat and potatoes. You got the mounting points and you got the rack itself, which if we look at this compared to the OE rack, I'll pull out the OE rack and show you guys too. This is definitely on a higher curve, so that'll be pretty interesting to see. Definitely interesting on how this will run compared to at least this is a Type 2, I believe. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna crack open the instructions, give you guys a chance to pause the screen too, so you can see it yourself, and then we'll go ahead and start ripping this apart. So here's the instructions if you kind of want to pause and look at it. And yeah, so this will be kind of interesting to kind of see what goes where. I haven't even looked at it myself, to be honest, but looks like here's all the different ends that I can pick and choose between. So I'll have to read through all this. Looks like might be what they want you to use, but these are other options if you don't want to use those. And then obviously, as you've seen on here, you can move it back and forth. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and look at this real quick, kind of see what's everything's kind of got a need. And then, yeah, I'll go ahead and probably get it. Looks like we can assemble it outside the car and then throw it in. So that's probably what I'll do. If not, I'll obviously show you, but yeah, this will be pretty fun. So I got the bulk of it assembled, and I got it pretty smooth, as you can see. Super excited to try this out. I think I am going to put some Loctite on these screws, just so they don't like vibrate out or something. And then the tensioner is this bolt right here. And what I did to kind of help install this is I put the bolt in first with this bottom piece kind of in there. Didn't put the bearing or screw on yet. And then I left it pretty loose. And then what I did was I put the piece and the screw in here and the bearing. And I didn't tighten it all the way. I went down to just where it started to snug up and I backed it off just barely, which is kind of why I want to use blue Loctite, just to make it as free as possible, so there's no pressure on the bearings. I did that with all the bearings, I should say. And then I did the same with this screw. So I tightened up till tension just started, and then I backed it off a hair. So feels really silky smooth right now. I got to put the spacers on the bottom of here yet, but I do that when I actually put it in the car. And then I obviously didn't put the little M piece on either, so I got to do that too. But yeah, super easy going together. And then it should be somewhat easy putting it in the car, I hope. I do have it on the adjustment setting all the way in the back. Is there a way to see the lines? I guess not. But it is on the furthest adjustment setting, so all the way backwards that way. And from what I heard is if you're running a stock bulkhead like I am, you can only use the farthest backwards. So we'll see how that goes. And honestly, I wouldn't mind maybe trimming this up so I can use some other adjustment levels, but we'll see where that ends up. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start taking this one apart, and then we can go ahead and get this in the car. Now here we can see the slide rack side by side, and as you can see, this one has a lot more gnarly of a curve angle than this one does. So yeah, I'm super excited to try this out. I'm gonna swap these over to here. I'm gonna swap this onto here. I'm assuming they kind of roughly line up in the same spot. So hopefully that's true, because as you can see, I got spacers on there. And then I gotta put on these arms. So I'm gonna put on these curved ones. I don't know if I'm gonna put these on the toe side. I mean, I guess I could, but I don't know. I don't see the reason for shortening these that much, really. But who knows? Maybe I'm supposed to, and it helps a lot. But I'm gonna risk it. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get these bottom arms off so I can replace them with these, and then I'll get this bad boy on. Now it does look like these are noticeably longer than these when compared to each other. So I will change my camber, which is not a big deal. I can adjust it to where I need it back to. But yeah, just take a note of that. Like I said, I'm not 100% certain you have to run these, but I'll try it out anyway. Almost tempted not to try it out just to see, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal in my opinion. If I don't think it's right, I'll just throw these back on. But yeah, just thought I'd share that, and then I'm gonna keep going at this. So I don't even have it fully installed yet, and I can already tell that these longer ones are probably going to be a problem because they are going to increase the track width of the car, which I don't really want. So I'm going to go ahead and put the OEM ones back in just so I can keep everything consistent. And yeah, then we'll go ahead and put the slide rack in. If you're doing this and you probably have aluminum upgrades and all that, probably can run this and maybe some other stuff, but I want to keep the track width the same, and with having these longer ones in, I won't be able to do that. So I got it in there. I put everything in the OEM position, same spacers I used as last time, and yeah, I still get nice angle out of this car, which is pretty sweet. I have it in all the way as far back as it can go, if you can kind of see in there that single white line on the end. I might be able to bump it up one, but if we look under here, let's see, if we'll unblur. Yeah, if we unblur, it's very close at full lock. It's not touching, but it's pretty close. So I don't know if up one more is possible with the stock bulkhead, but that's cool with me. I probably got to redo my endpoints. I did have to adjust the length of this arm. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to redo my endpoints and all that, which is not that big of a deal in my opinion. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. It's getting late and I'm a bit tired. So we'll cut to the clip of after I redo my endpoints and check my alignment and all that. And then we'll probably go on to the bearings and all that. So super hyped about this. Looks good. One thing I noticed, because I left all the links the same length, it looks like as the steering goes throughout, the trailing wheel will progress slower than it did with the Type 2 rack, at least from what I can see initially. So that'll be pretty interesting to try on track tomorrow. But yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna go ahead, um, get some rest, and then tomorrow morning I'm gonna go ahead and do my endpoints, alignment, make sure alignment's all good, and then I'll probably do the rest of the other stuff. So it is the next morning, and I redid my endpoints and alignment. All I did was just give it just a hair more camber, nothing crazy, just to change where that contact patch sits, and reset my endpoints on the gyro. And this is where we are. So not a lot of toe out, just a hair more camber, and yeah, gonna head to Casa in a couple hours and try out the rack here. I haven't put any of these on yet. I'll do that later in the video. But as for testing this out, we're gonna do that right away. So it was a pretty good day at Casa. I ended up getting first place with the slide rack. I also got the LDXX working, which is pretty cool. So we'll see another video on that soon. But yeah, the slide rack is not 100% to where I want it feeling yet. I believe I can squeeze a bit more out of it. I did give myself very, very, very slightly less toe and slightly more camber. And I turned down my gyro a decent chunk, and the car's feeling better. Well, it's always been feeling good, but yeah, I guess just better. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the rear hubs and the ceramic bearing install. So we got the bearings and the rear hubs here. Should be a pretty easy install. These are literally the exact same as these, so nothing's gonna change on the car, which is nice. Then you also get the option for pinhole size in there, which you can kind of see. And so that's if you want to run these on like a Yokomo, for example. They allow for the different pinhole sizes. You can do that. So yeah, I'm gonna just pop this off real quick, take this out, and then put these in, and obviously I'll put the bearings in too. Honestly, it's a pretty easy install. You just kind of pop it out and put it in, put the bearings in. And as for this part, it is the bigger hole actually that is for the Galm, and the smaller hole for the Yokomo stuff. So, and also for the Galm, you put the hole on the bottom for the OEM position, or you could put the hole up top if you want the ride height a bit lower. But I want it in the OEM position, so I'm going to put it on the bottom. And yeah, then we're going to go ahead and just shove it in here. Make sure it's still got the spacer there, which was in the back. And then we'll go ahead and put the shaft in, tighten it up, and then we'll do the same to the other side. And they are installed both sides. Looking good. Got the hybrid ceramic bearings in there. So really wasn't sure how this would turn out color-wise. I was low-key thinking the black might look better, but I actually think the red actually kind of looks in place there, simply because the lack of red that kind of would have been in this area to begin with does help that that little cover. Let's see, this overdose cover right here. If it wants to focus, does help that that's black. You know, kind of keeps the contrast of the red and black together. But yeah, turned out super good. I just have to go into the gearbox now and do the larger bearings in there, and then the front wheel bearings. I'm gonna just do that off camera, simply because they're pretty simple to do. No reason to show them, and there's nothing visually that you can see once I do it either. But yeah, so pretty successful day and video overall. Super excited to now that I got these installed, and I'm super excited that the slide rack is installed as well. So hope you guys have a great day. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.